butter flour tortillas. As I promised, let me share this delicious recipe with you. You are going to love them. 6 cups of flour, which I'm sifting right here, but you do not have to. I like sifting the flour for when I bake bread, and so why not when we make flour tortillas, right? It's an extra step. You don't have to do it, but I always do it this way. So I'm gonna add also to that baking powder, salt. I'm gonna add butter, hot water, and I'm gonna have also some extra flour on the side, just if I need it, if I add a lot of water, which I did in this case. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder that I'm going to incorporate to the 6 cups of flour. I'm going to mix it really well, and then I'm going to add the cup of melted butter, which is 2 sticks. 1 cup of melted butter, and this is salted butter. I like the flavor of the salt on my tortillas, and trust me, it is not a lot of salt. They are not going to be salty. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 cup of butter, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then we're going to add the water here in a minute. You're going to mix the butter in the flours until it becomes like kind of like that grainy texture, and then you're going to add your hot water. I started with 2 cups of water, and then I decided to just add all the rest, which was 3 cups, and it was a little bit too much water. And so I'm going to say add 2.5 cups and then feel the texture. What I ended up doing is I ended up adding a little bit more flour, just a little bit, maybe not even probably a couple tablespoons of flour, just so that I can get the stickiness out of it, and then it was perfect. So I'm gonna work the dough for about 3 to 5 minutes. You don't have to work it too long if you're gonna let it rest for a good while, which is what I did. I worked the dough for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I let it rest for about an hour. What I did here is I rolled it really good, and then I got whatever butter was left on the bowl where I melted the butter, I just put it on my hands and then just rub it all around the dough. I just do that so that the dough is not dry, but you don't have to do that either. That's just an extra step that I did. Cover the dough. This dough right here has been resting for an hour. You see how soft it is? It's just perfect. It's like so, I don't know how to describe it or compare it to probably as softer than Play-Doh. It's very soft, and you'll see when you make it. You'll see how incredible soft it is. Like it changes from the time that you first mix it to the time that you come back after an hour. It's just perfect. So I made my tostales, and they're about 1/4 of a cup. So if you make the bolita, the round tostal, and you put it in 1/4 of a cup, it should fit in there just perfectly. I like my tortillas also to be very thin, and so I spread them out really good. If you like your tortillas a little thicker, then you can make your tostales a little bigger. Your griddle has to be hot, so make sure that the griddle is hot. Between, I'm gonna say medium and hot. Not if your griddle's not hot enough. A lot of people say, well, my tortillas break or they get hard. That is because your griddle is not hot. The griddle has, and you'll know your griddle's hot when your tortillas cook this way. The first side, 15 seconds, and then flip it. The second side, 25 to 30 seconds should be enough time to cook it this way, like it is right here. And then that last side, another 10 to 15 seconds, and that's it. You cook your tortilla for 1 minute. If you have to cook your tortilla longer than that, that means that your griddle is not hot enough, and then you have to turn the heat on. So try with 1 tortilla, but I'm saying it always has to be hotter than not. So make sure your griddle's hot. And then we're going to cover them so that they stay soft. You don't have to put them in a plastic bag right away. You can just cover them. But you see, that's the first time I turn it, and that's how it's not fully cooked yet. And then, and I did that for like 15 seconds. And then I turn it, second side, 30 seconds. This is probably the most important part so that your tortillas don't get hard or don't break. This, and then after they cool off, you want to put them in a plastic bag. I like to share these things because they're very important, so that your tortillas fluff up like this, and so that your tortillas also stay soft. Also, be very careful when you if they fluff up like this one that has the little balls in there. All that is steam, and that steam is so hot, so you could get burned with that. Be really careful when you're turning them, or if you're pressing them the way I am. Like I said, this 6 cups of flour made 2.5 dozen tortillas. They are delicious, guys. You are gonna love them. I made some chorizo beans and with some jalapenos in it, and then we had some eggs for breakfast. They are delicious. I hope you guys really try them. Let me know how they come out. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna post the recipe on the description so that you have it. I hope you guys try them and enjoy them. Thank you. Bye.